show you the photograph that goes with it, because it's nicer to see the photograph on this one after you've heard what it's leading up to. I have a presentiment of doom, said one of the Palmer twins. Do you hear? Said the other, older by several months. I do. I am convinced that something terrible is going to happen. But it's such a beautiful day. She stirred her tea. Then, did you hear that? What? I think it was footsteps. The first twin shivered. I heard nothing, she said, and yet my bedroom was disturbed when I went up there this morning. Things had been moved. My jewellery case was out. Had anything been taken? Not a thing, and I saw a shadow in the garden. Did I tell you that? What was it the shadow of? It was just a shadow. Nonsense, dear, it doesn't work like that. You don't have a shadow if you don't have something casting the shadow. Her twin appeared unconvinced. The older of the Palmer twins sipped her tea, hot and strong, just as she liked it. A noise in the hallway. She leaned around to see. I'm certain that I heard footsteps that time, she said. Do not tell me you did not hear them. She waited for her twin to respond, to say anything, absolutely anything. Anything at all. It's a rather disturbing photo.
The one on the back has been asphyxiated by a plastic bag.
It is a beautiful photo of two Amanda Palmers. And one of them is leaning around. And one of them has a plastic bag over her face. And she doesn't want to get here. And now, I think we start at that end. Yeah. See, we're getting good at this. By the time we finish doing it, we'll have figured out what it was that we were doing. So there's more people. So this is a lovely photo of Amanda Palmer killing Amanda Palmer. And it's very much a sort of Amanda Palmer of current vintage.
It's like a 2003 Amanda Palmer.
Killing a 2003 Amanda Palmer. And actually getting the 2003 Amanda Palmer for the photograph was the hard thing. And to buy a DeLorean.
Oh, kind of.
And the story is called The Sword. You only get to kill yourself once. Most people don't even get that. Amanda Palmer materialized in the alley in a crackle of blue sparks and the sharp scent of ozone like all Terminators. She had a sense of style, and you had to do these things properly. She saw Amanda Palmer, where she expected to see her, outside the nightclub service entrance. She'd stolen a moment for a cigarette and was pulling at it, angrily. Hi, Amanda said. Want to come for a walk? Her younger self barely looked at her. Leave me alone, she said. It's been a long night. Come on, said Amanda. You'll only have to go back in when you finish the cigarette, and you need the walk. Amanda actually looked at her this time. She said, you look calmer than I feel. Time, said Amanda. It's not as scary as you think it is. If it's not scary, said Amanda, padding by her side through the streets of Boston, then what are the swords for? They are to make it fair. She said it, and knew as she said it that it would not be fair. It wasn't. The younger Amanda had youth and speed on her side, but Amanda had craft and cunning and experience, and she'd learned to be bloodthirsty. Amanda had thought it would be a hard thing, killing her younger self, but at the end she found it easy, almost pleasant, to administer the killing stroke. She'd hoped that Amanda would ask her why. She even had a speech prepared, all about art and compromise. It was a fucking kick-ass speech. And she was disappointed not to have been able to deliver it. And then there was an ozone crackle and she was home. How was it? Oddly satisfying, she said. She cleaned the blood from the blade, rubbed it with mineral oil, hung it back on the wall above her door. You won? Well, I've been practicing. I guess I don't need to practice any longer. No? A pause, and then... What happens if a you from the future arrives here? That isn't going to happen. Not ever. I'm not going to fucking compromise. Silence. She reached up the wall above the door, pulls down the sword, commenced to parry, to thrust, to fight shadows.